Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. This fight with Francesco Pianeta in Belfast this weekend is shaping up as one of the most important fights of Tyson Fury's career. It could see his stock with fans rise dramatically, and he needs it to with a looming fight with WBC champion Deontay Wilder on the horizon. So what I'm going to do is work through what I think we need to see from Fury. Go through some of his preparations and the looming spectre that is Wilder. And I'm going to end the video with an epic montage from Fury's training camp. So make sure to stay tuned for that one. Buckle in. Let's go. It might only be the second fight back into Tyson Fury's comeback after 2.5 years off. But the fact is, he's got to take the handbrake off and he's got to look good against Pianeta. Right now, off the back of the farcical effort against a faded cruiserweight in Francesco Pianeta, the Gypsy King's got a lot of doubters. And we saw some flashes of the old Fury in that June fight, but it wasn't nearly enough to convince people that the Mac is truly back. And remember, Fury, he's making a comeback after those 2.5 years out, where he piled on a ton of weight, battled drink, drugs, and personal demons, and then he's gone and recently lost well over 100 pounds. People are right to be cautious about Tyson Fury and this comeback. They want to see more. They need to be convinced. Fury knows that the Fury fight, it wasn't quite what he or fans had expected or hoped for, and it didn't help that Fury retired on a stool after 4 rounds. So right from the outset of this Pianeta fight being confirmed, the Gypsy King's taken on a more serious tone. He's promising to train hard and be all business in the ring on fight night. And this is what his trainer Ben Davison has demanded. And Fury says he wants to oblige. In training, Fury has looked sharp on the pads and the bag, more so than he did in the lead up to the Fury fight. And you'll see some of that in the montage a bit later on. Fury, he's been training with the likes of, or sparring I should say, with the likes of Dave Allen and also a Danish prospect, Kim Lundqvist. And Lundqvist says that Fury really impressed him. He says he's very good. He's light on his legs with good movement and really hard to hit. A very awkward fighter. There is no doubt he is something special. He is even sparring without a head guard because he almost is never hit. But I think I gave a good account of myself and I made it back to Denmark in one piece. And Pianeta, he's a 6'5" southpaw. He's got a record of 35 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. He's got decent fundamentals. He moves okay, sharp jab when he does use it, decent left hand, and he sort of works off that left hand, but by no means a massive puncher. And while only 34, he's been on the slide recently, dropping 2 of his last 3. And one of those was a knockout loss to faded former contender, now journeyman, Kevin Johnson. So really the opponent, it shouldn't trouble Fury, and the canvas is set for him to go to work and put on a show. And realistically, to build towards a Wilder fight, in the way that it needs to be built, Fury needs to be dominant and at least look at 75% of his old self. That will at least give people confidence that he's working his way back into some form and that there is some more room for improvement. And let's face it, if Wilder is next after Pianeta, Fury needs to be tracking reasonably well now because there's a chasm between the danger Pianeta represents and Wilder. So expect to see Fury at least 10 pounds lighter than the 276 that he weighed for the Fury fight. Expect to see him looking a bit more fleet of foot, moving a bit more deftly around the ring, trying to bamboozle Pianeta. And in all honesty, I would rather see this go all 10 rounds. It's scheduled for 10 because Fury, he needs the ring time, he needs the work. But the hype machine is such that it may dictate that he put the foot on the gas at some point and force a knockout. And if Fury does decide to sit down on his punches and he lands a few clean, he could well get Pianeta out of there. Pianeta isn't noted for having the greatest chin. But Deontay Wilder, he will be at the fight, he'll be ringside, and he also potentially could be doing some commentary work. And once the fight is over, and I expect Fury will win and win well, Expect WBC champion Wilder to climb through the ropes and get up in Fury's face. It could well be similar to their famous face-off after one of Wilder's fights a couple of years back. I would potentially expect that the details of the Fury and Wilder fight will be announced when they are in the ring together. Some sort of announcement will be made, and I suspect the deal has been finalized for a little while now, and they are waiting to use this opportunity in the ring to publicize what will be a pay-per-view event in America at the back end of 2018. And Fury isn't even headlining this card at Windsor Park. So I do feel a degree of sympathy for Carl Frampton and Paddy Barnes, because the Fury and Wilder talk of late, it served to take a bit of the shine away from the rest of the card. But it should be an interesting weekend, and it's now on Tyson Fury to deliver. So we're going to finish with the montage, but drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out, and enjoy.